Great. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Just take a shoulder width apart.
Just take some nice pulsing movement from the ground. A little bit smaller time. Let's have to set into the feet. Between moves, take a nice deep breath in. Let's come up. Let the body hinge down. Let the breath out. Release the arms towards the ground. Release out the spine and head. Now to breathe in, just pull the body back up. Nice deep breath in. And we'll take it to front and back. So just let the shoulders and hips roll forwards and backwards. Good. And just take a nice deep breath in. The body fold. Release the arms on the way down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Just pull the body up. Right. And just take yourself side to side. The body to be sway with the arms. Next up, come to the center. Nice deep breath in. All the way out. When you want. And when you come back up, just take yourself into a gentle rotation. The arms go up. Getting a little bit bigger this time. For goodness. This one, just play with if you like the hips hinging a little bit with it. You're taking the body down a little bit, really snap the arms a little bit more. Just explore the movements, different directions. Be careful you don't twist anything too much. Just feel so it's comfortable. Go down to the bottom left, bottom right, move a little bit to the back. Spine flex a little bit. The arms. Let's come back to the center. And move a little bit smaller again. Right. And a nice deep breath in. Let the body fold. Releasing out the arms. Great. And come back up. Just take it into an open and closing movement. So open the body up, close it down. Right. And just taking this one into extended with the arms, lengthen up through the spine. Keep the length you can the hips, breathing out nice and deep. Just follow your own pace, coming up. Big deep in breath. And down and out. Right. Good. And last one, just allow the body to come up and just go to the wrist. Bring the wrists together. Move them over. Change your direction. And the elbows. Change your direction. Nice big circle one side. And change.
And change the arm. And change. Pressing the arms out. Stretch the palms away. Spread the fingertips. Just gently pull them towards your ears. And then activating the forearm, you're going to pull the fingertips together, pointing towards your own forearm. Then through the arm. Release the hands out. Roll the fingertips down. And the space again across the shoulders. Press it out. Spread the fingertips. Curling the fingers up. Towards the forearm. Up, up, up. Good. Just press the fingers of the palm down. Fingers spread out. I'm just going to roll the shoulders. So you're going to alternate shoulder each time. You might feel the head almost kind of look towards one hand. Just follow it. Coil through the shoulders. Try and make it kind of equal across the shoulders. So, okay. Reeling the shoulder. A few more. Yeah. And then just rolling out the arms here. So sometimes called like a teacup exercise. So if you've got a teacup in the hand, just roll them up and down across. Full range of motion coming up to the top. Exploring the flexibility, mobility in the shoulder, wrist, elbow, forearm, fingers, everything. Good. And now the difficult bit, changing direction. Ooh, da, da, da. Okay, good. And then just open out the shoulders towards the back. Nice deep breath in. And then coil them forwards if you're going to dive them forward with the arms, shoulders. Release, bring the ears in line with the shoulders. Nice deep breath out. Coming back, nice deep breath in. And then curling forwards. And then up in. And out. Step the arms a little bit. Yeah, nice. A couple of big circles each side. Change. Good. Looking at the side of the body, reaching right up. Roll over. Open up the ribs. Bring yourself back. Gently the side. Back one more time. Yeah, back. Last one. Roll out the hips. And change direction. Right, knees together. Take a little bit of a step out and gently rolling the knees upside in. And pause, change direction. Great. Stretch them back a little bit. And it's going to come down a little bit deeper. Great. And extending back. And down. Lengthening it one more time. Great. And just with the ankles, roll it out. Keep the weight on one leg. Really work on it. And change direction. Gently folding the toes under. Good. Forward the foot down. Stop. Great. Changing the foot. And change direction. Holding the toes under. Roll the foot down. Great. Find both feet, just roll out the sides of the feet. You can do it either one way, you can do it that way, just play within the range of the ankle. Great, coming up onto the toes and then sinking back onto the heel. Play within your own motion with it. Ankle. Just hold at the top, bring the body into tension. Make fists up. And release back down. A couple, yeah, raising up. And down. And again. Great. Good. We'll take it into swing. So the one we did yesterday, we'll just go straight into that one. Just coming up, down, releasing out the whole body. Make it as big as you like, as dynamic as you like. Good. Just let it come into the center. Do a side also, bringing the arms out. Roll in the hip, find the shoulder. Let the arms separate. Front and back. Especially this one twisting into the knee. Let the hip sink towards the knee, sinks towards the foot. Especially the side that's rotating away. The swings in opposite directions of the arms, so just start with the arms forward. Probably easier if you just gently incline the body. So you've got a kind of like forward momentum. Just focus on the other forward swing of the arms. One after the other. With a feeling like the hip kind of catches the arm, draws it up, and pulls it back. So. And then just start to focus on the back swing. So just let the shoulder release towards the back. Probably feel the body wants to open up a little bit more. To the side. Nice. Good. And then just start to increase it. So let the body rotate even further. Let the arms just start to draw up to the top of the head. Get a sense of the center line of the body, hands, head, feet. You see you falling into one line. You can either stay here or you can let the arms circle around one direction. You get kind of stuck with this one. Just go back to this one, and just go back to this one. And if you can change the direction. Let's come back to the front and back one, settle the body back into the center line. And last one, just play with the connection with the arms, so keeping the arm loose, just roll the hip and just let the arm kind of swing wherever it wants to go. You can basically do up and down. You can go across the body this way. You can do a kind of snake around the top and back. Just play with basically the release of the shoulder. But key thing again, feeling the ground, feeling the foot. Speaking to the hip, speaking to the hand. Basically. So, great. We'll just do a little bit of footwork before we get to the weapon. So just keep that kind of relaxed in the arm. Don't let them kind of interfere at all with it. Just really focus on the feet and the central axis of the body. So you're going to start 1 foot forward. Just the first one really easy. It's just going to pick up the foot and take a rotation. You just play with basically rotating front and back. And just let the arms be soft. Main thing is that the shoulders kind of opening out to the side, so not kind of crunching forward or being pulled forward. Just keep the body wide. Let the whole body find the rotation. Let the head, the eyes really included in as well. So not trying to guide, but the feet are kind of the motivators for the movement. That's going to really guide the spine in this case. Good. Just a few. Yeah. Good. 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 And then we'll just do a couple of forward and backward steps. So stepping in, allow yourself to just settle each time again. Let the arms be loose. Do a couple of steps forward, a couple of steps back. Nice and easy. Just again, notice the quality of the contact with the feet on the ground. Again, let the arms be nice and relaxed. Let the shoulders be wide. Settle shoulders into the body. And just let the feet adjust naturally to the hip. Feet really want to be underneath the hips. Good. Nice and easy. Good. So. Right. And then we'll just play with rotating with the step as well. So you're going to, in this case, rotate the body turn, and then you're going to bring the front leg back, and then play with both directions with this. You're going to step in and rotate through it. Do this nice and slow. You don't want to basically get moving with this. You're going to, in this case, rotate, initiate a rotation, and you're either stepping back with it, or you're stepping in and then initiating the rotation. You either rotate, step back, or you step in, rotate. Just play with both sides. In this case, you'll probably find yourself doing just one side. Just allow yourself to switch every so often. And you just want the feeling that the body can just turn and mobilize, or mobilize and turn. Turn and mobilize and turn. Really allow yourself to settle each time. Set. And then the next one's really just bringing these two together. So you now mobilize forward, step in, rotate, and then step back. In this case, you don't need to change the side, you're doing both sides. Try and keep a real kind of flexible quality in the footwork all the time. And so the shoulders release towards the sides, let the shoulders be wide and open. Just the position of the head, how the eyes kind of guide the movement of the body. Okay, so there's a few hand shapes you can do with this motion. We'll just start with the kind of mid-level one. So it's just basically using this kind of feeling in the arms. So as you go in, you're going to roll in, find the extension, and reach this kind of shape at the end, and then just let them drop down each time. So you're going from a neutral position into an engaged position now with the body. So you're taking this neutral body position and you're engaging it into the ground, engaging it into the ground, and you're using the shape across the arm for your extension work. And this is, in this case, is just a mid-level extension. And both arms with always a kind of circularity to them. So. Okay, good. We've got a little bit sideways. Just what the main thing to watch for this, there's two positions that there's two things I don't want to try in this case. One is like being in position as I rotate, in which case it'd be something like this. I'm already basically in the position that I want to get to. The other one is like I don't do anything and then bam, the position comes at the end. And then it's like appears at the end. Think about it like developing something. Your extensions developing through the motion. So just playing this, which is it's really from 𝘂𝑃 if you think about it. You can't go from like 0 to cut like you've got to go from like this. So the extension has this quality where it's like open. It's actually closing the body, closing and then opening up, closing and then opening up. So just play with this. It's just this extension where it really comes from sword work. So it's this kind of feeling. Just play with this. Now I can't be in like extended position and do the movement because that's just kind of chopping me on. And I can't do like nothing and then boom, pop it out. So think about the wrist, the arm, the shoulder, basically just opening and closing. Basically, you're opening this space and you're closing it down. In this case, opening, closing it. But the key thing here is this kind of rolling through the joint system. So you're allowing the joint system to basically articulate the rest of the body work. And if it just gets stuck, it's not really articulating anything. It's just kind of stuck. So just play with this, just that, and think about the sword work that we do a lot. So this, and just get it basically in one hand. So you've got extension, it's strong, but it's also flexible. That's the kind of key kind of quality. That's it. And there's a sense that every part of the movement is kind of full in terms of power work. If you're looking for power generation, every part of the movement should be powerful in a sense. I don't want to be like, now that's power. So think about the power in it. And in terms of taijutsu work, we're using these shapes all the time to basically pass weight or generate pressure or press power through. So all the movement should have a kind of strong kind of feeling of extension. And it
it just differs how much you're extending away from the body. So good. Now take that position that you've got in sort of like this. Feel that you've got the center line here, and then just play with spreading it out a little bit. So you're allowing the arms to come out. And again, you're looking to basically develop the movement or develop the extension away from the body. So again, I don't want to do two things. I don't want to be like in the shape where the arms are. And I also don't want to just do nothing and then pop them out. So think about them kind of spreading. Yeah. So that same kind of feeling that you got in the sword work, you're just opening it up now. You're allowing the body to be a bit freer because you're not restricted by the weapon. Yes, that's it. Good. And then just allow this to settle. So you're going to come up and then settle into it and then release it. So it comes up, rolls down and settles. And again, you think about really like developing. So you're developing it. That's it. Rolling it. And it's going to get this kind of flexible quality from the whole body. It's not a kind of a bump and it's not a bump. It's kind of quality. You want the connection work to be like thick, heavy, full, open, expanded, all these kind of qualities. Yeah, that's it. Good. So with that feeling, take it to the bodywork. So as you come in now, you're in a neutral position to start. You're not already kind of in this position. Neutral, and then roll the body into it. So do a few slowly and feel again the movement kind of develop through. Rolls in and it comes in and it comes in and it comes in and it comes on, and then just release it down. But really start from the neutral position, so you've got the contrast between neutral and then engaging fully into the body and then releasing it back down. So it's really like a kind of wave, goes up and it goes down. Goes up. Back down. Got it. Good. Okay, we'll just do one more. This is very similar to the sword what we'll do, but it's starting. You can start actually just start with the right foot, just to do a few more repetition on the side. Right foot forward. You're going to roll the body back, and in this case, you're going to roll the hands up and then over and through. Back with a step. So in simple terms, you're doing a back step, you're rolling through and you're stepping through and then finding that shape. So you've got a surging back of the body and you've got a surging forwards. Okay. Again, exploring this Kozhikyu shape across the body. And again, the kind of developing of the extension. Rolling back, so kind of gathering motion. Gathering, and then rolling in, releasing it. Rolling across, releasing it. And again, it's just a question of how much I can mobilize the body or recruit the body into that motion. Yeah, good. That's it. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, last one, a little bit more complicated. You're going to extend the movement now. So you're going to roll back here. You're going to step in, and then you're going to roll towards your left side, roll across and do another step. Okay, so you're doing two steps in this case. Start with the right foot. They're both on the right foot. So you roll back, step in, and then you turn, rotate, and then press out. So it's a little bit tricky. So you're doing a back step, you're doing a step in, right foot, rotating over to the left side, and then stepping in from the back.
And finishing on the right side again. And then again, just allows it to come back to neutral. The practice now is one, apart from the difficult rotation through it, it's of basically keeping that feeling of extension throughout a slightly longer set. Okay. Don't tend to do a lot of these in Aikido, but they're very useful to do, and especially long forms. Really about how to maintain those qualities throughout the form. Very nice. Okie dokie, take a bokken. So we'll do this very same similar movement with the bokken now. So we're kind of focus for the hand, you got a channel all the feeling. We'll just start with the very first motion of it. So find the kamae. This case, we did this yesterday with the joke. It's a very similar form. It's almost identical. There's just one couple of changes with it, but mostly the same. You come back, raise up into Jodan kamae. It's just above the head here. Release, in this case, into a yokomen. We'll just do a few there. So just that first couple of steps of the set. Come back, raise and settle in to a yokomen. Nice full contact cut now. So again, using the bokken now to channel and train that feeling in the body of concentration of 𝘭𝘰𝘢𝘵𝘢 back. Reaching up and dropping the feeling in. Nice. Good. 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 Okay, good. So this isn't necessarily wrong, and I sometimes do teach it this way, and especially if we're doing the 𝘱𝑒𝑖 work, I'll teach to find the spine with the cut. So come to the top, reach the spine, and then cut forward. Generally, I do that with the 𝘱𝑜mon-uchi work. In this case, try and do this. So get to the back. You're still going to release the connection, but try not to pull to the back as you do this one. Take this straight into a yokomen, so it's going to look a bit more like this. There is a release, but I'm basically dropping the sword in straight away. So the problem with that movement is that it's going to start to kind of pull me back and then pull me into it this way. So just think about basically dropping the cut in. So you find the top, the motion. There's a little bit of a release, but I'm not going to touch the spine. There, into the cut. So thinking more basically about dropping straight in to the cut, basically. So it's a slightly more advanced form in this case. It's not wrong to do it that way. It's just more of a little bit more of a basic form in this case. Yeah, good. Yeah. So just focus on the rotations as well. Yesterday we did this with the Joe, and you ended up in this position with the block, with the arm going extended. If I do this with the bokken, I can't get enough extension before I go off the blade basically. So the position I want is actually a different hand position. It's not this one, it's this one. So you're going to be in this case in this position. The fingers are basically on the back side of the blade, and you're on the spine, the sword here. So the reason for this is that I've got a fuller extension in this case, and it's a more functional block. If I go to this position with the arm, I basically just crunch the shoulder, and I can't really take any weight in it. You can do that with the Joe because you've got the arm, shoulder in that position. Okay, so the bokken is just going to go to that position. So just play with this, just the rotation. You're in the right foot forward. You're just going to rotate towards your left side, find this position, and then just release it into a cut. And then slide up and settle back. You roll, rotate to the left side, extension out, full, feeling in the body, and then release, find the cut. So in this case, it's you're starting right side forward. The tip of the weapon goes towards the left. Goes towards the left, and then the left hand changes and collects the sword at the top. And release, right side cut. It's a left side rotation.
I've got my left and right wrong way.
We might have, let me do, if I do it this way. So I've got my right foot forward. I'm going to rotate over to the left side. Let the tip just follow it as well. So the tip, do one exercise, which, just let the eye, if you think about the eyes and the tip of the sword, basically just take them over to the left. Let them go together. Let them go together. And then with the left hand, left hand releases. And then you just take that position. Do a few.
I was doing right side, thank you.
Got it. Towards the left in this case. Again, let the tips, as you go, Jenny, let the tip mobilize straight away. So the tip starts to go straight away. Yeah, that's it. Got it. Yeah, good. That's it. Very nice. Yeah, good. That's it. Nice. Good, and then just bring these two together. So you've got the right foot forward. Both cuts are on the right foot. So if you get lost, just use that as a kind of baseline. You step back, raise up to the top, you sink in, right side 𝘥𝘠𝘓𝗏, and then again, you rotate to the left, find that block position, and then release into the second 𝘥𝘠𝘓𝗏. You can either just reset and do it in this direction, or you can pull back. So you've got a 𝘥𝘠𝘓𝗏 on the right, rolling block, and then into another 𝘥𝘠𝘓𝗏. So in total, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 movements if you can't come back to neutral. That's it. Nice. Yeah, good. Okay, so that's the basic set. We'll just play with taking it into flowing, but we're going to break it down to pieces. Just play the first one. The main mobility is this one. So just play with not raising the sword, but just mobilizing it from the slow position. If you notice that the main thing with this, I don't want to get caught up. So the basic pattern teaches you to basically release the hand. With the joke, it would be that. With the bokken, it would be that. But it's to basically free the wrist up to be able to do it. If I don't do that, if I can keep a closed grip on it, this mobility work just basically ties the body up. You basically end up in your own 𝗔𝗫𝗪𝗏 position. Like this, you basically get locked up. And no rotation. Play with this, keep the right hand on the bokken, and just play with releasing the left out. And just allow yourself to just mobilize the bokken. The main mobility is the wrist and the forearm, basically this kind of work. So you're just releasing it, and just allow the left to just stay somewhere around that position. It's just going to kind of collect the bokken. So just showing a little bit of sensitivity with the left, but allowing the left to basically release. And the main thing is not getting caught up in these positions. So both shoulders being able to release down and really allowing the forearm to release out this kind of way. So the wrists mobilizing, the forearms mobilizing, and the shoulders not getting kind of tied up. So good. And then with that feeling, you can keep the hand a little bit more on the bokken now, but you still need to have a kind of softness in the hand. but allow yourself to come a little bit higher now with the sword. So you're allowing it to drop to the left and raise, 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 drop to the left and raise. And the left can now stay a little bit close to the bokken, so it's just going to kind of mobilize. Now, what you notice, if it can stay on the bokken flexibly without kind of destroying the structure in the shoulder, pulling the shoulder out, it can also facilitate the movement as well. So the left will also now guide the bokken. So there's a kind of softening actually between both hands now. But the main one is that the right hand can kind of release the motion. Otherwise, it gets stuck, it's going to kind of twist the body out. So that. Nice. Good. That's it. Got it. Yes, that's it. Good. Now play, we're doing this with the rotation. So as you do the raise, let the body rotate over to the left side. So the body rotates over, and then if you want, follow it with a cut. But just focus, the first thing is just focusing on the rotation and the ability to mobilize the sword up to the top of the body. Mobilize up to the top. Mobilize up. If you want, you can kind of step into it and roll it up. Again, play with it a little bit. If you get kind of stuck with it, just go to the field and just rotate it. The trick or the skill in this case is just to mobilize everything. Through the rotation, mobilize the sword and keep the weight down. Really useful skill for taijutsu work. If you're thinking of going to any kind of flowing technique, how to mobilize the whole structure, how to keep the weight down, and rotate at the same time. That's where a lot of Aikido techniques work. Yes, yeah, good. And just follow it, good. Yes, good. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, good. So last couple of minutes, play with this a little bit. With a tendency to be like really upright, so like we do stuff like this. And nothing's allowed to kind of flex. And there's a kind of story with this. So you always need to be on a straight line and you can't move and you can't weave the body. Weave the spine. So in this case, play with this, which is like the spine able to kind of flex and roll. If you can do these movements comfortably, you can do them well. All the kind of kin-nagai techniques are much easier. If I'm kind of stuck stiff and kind of moving the body like this, all that stuff kind of really gets difficult later. So just play a little bit, last couple of minutes. Just play really releasing out the motion. So it means engaging the knees, engaging the spine, flexing, releasing the body, flexing, releasing the body. Just play with it a little bit, last couple of minutes. These are kind of cool down as well. So the spine's ability to maintain its integrity through slightly more tricky positions. Yeah, good. And transmit weight and power and all these kind of things. That comes later maybe, but that's it. So. Nice. Very good. Very good. Okay, last 10-20 seconds, just release out the body, just with the sword here. Find the shoulder width, relax down the body, and really release out the shoulders, hips, and settle back. Let the head be long. Just pull to make it smaller, a little bit smaller. Okay, very good. We put that. Great. どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。Thank you.
Great.